Hey, it's me, MLB. Yes, this is it. This is the biggest moment in 2022. I'm just trying to hype it up a bit. And you have front row seats. My YouTube first, a female, ex-female one-shot. Now, if this is not your thing, I love you dearly. Go live your best life. Maybe stop listening here and I'll see you in the next one-shot. But for my WLW bays, stick around because this is for you. Now, I usually don't detail the look of my listeners, but in this one it's noted that you have long black pointed nails that are part of your quirk and purple eyes. The rest is up to you. There's a little closeness between you and Toga and a kiss as well, but it's very PG, I promise. So without further ado, here is Villianous Things, Toga ex-female listener. I haven't noted that you're a villain in the story, but I think it becomes blaringly obvious that you are. Anyway, here we go. It was Halloween night and the town was alive with kids and adults making the most of the spoopy season. You and Toga were gearing up to head out as well, but not for the same innocent reasons as the rest of the people out there. I'm gonna find all the really beautiful people and then take some of their blood so that we can be best friends and I can turn myself into them, Toga announced with an excited blush on her cheeks. But I don't want you to be best friends with them because I only want you to be with me. You pouted, flexing your long pointed black nails, your purple irises glinting with jealousy. But baby, we make such a good team, she gushed. You know how to tear them apart with just one slash of your nails if they end up not being good for me. Sometimes I think you just want me because of what I can do for you, you sulked, pulling the black fluffy jacket closer and around your face and neck. That's not it at all, Toga implored, wrapping her arms around you and pushing you sideways on the bed so that she could straddle you. You didn't fight her, just lay there not looking at her as she squeezed you with her arms and legs. We promised we would always be there for each other, right? I love you, and I want to be with you forever, she said brightly and firmly, leaning her head down to kiss your neck. Your scent smelled so sweet to her, and she had to refrain herself heavily from biting into the side of your neck so she could taste your blood without having to use her weapons. Don't even think about it, you said lowly when you felt her pause after giving you a good sniffing. But I want to, she said softly. You rolled onto your back under her, staring up into her face, then slowly reaching a hand either side of her head so that you could pull her face down to your level and kiss her. Your tongues danced together, kissing each other deeply. It was enough to bring your mood back up a little, and you let her go after you'd had your fill of her kiss. I don't even need to taste your blood. Kissing you is sweet enough, Toga replied, sitting back to straddle your hips while you propped yourself up on your elbows. Okay, let's go, you said, a little more willing to go now. But if I see anyone, any person looking at you like they want you, I'll make sure it's their final thought in life. Okay, she said brightly. I just wish that you enjoyed the taste of them as much as I did. Some of them taste so amazing. You sighed and followed her out of the abandoned building and off down the back streets. It wasn't long till you were in a neighbourhood nearby and the sounds of people talking and laughing drew your attention. This looks like a good place to start, you said to her in a morose tone. Although everything was set up in hues of black and orange, it was still too bright for you. Blacks and dark purples were more your thing. Brighter colours made you feel sick, like you wanted to drag your razor-sharp nails down a blackboard and vomit at the same time. Toga spotted two grown men standing in a playground nearby, chatting with beers in hand, presumably fathers of some of the kids who were walking from door to door collecting candies, or the others who were sitting at the park bench nearby devouring them. Oh, Toga hummed with an excited little giggle. They look nice. No, you grunted, grabbing her hand and holding onto it, but being careful not to stab her with your sharp nails. Aw, she pouted, but secretly loving your protective side. Why not? Hey, love your outfit, some guy said to you as he walked up to you and Toga. Yeah, thanks. My girlfriend loves it too, you replied bluntly back to him, holding your hand up that was holding her hand to make it blaringly obvious that you had someone with you and that you weren't interested in anything that he had to offer, even his small talk. Girlfriend? Oh, yeah, awesome. Have a good night, he said before sheepishly slinking away. Ugh, gross. You wrinkled your nose with disdain. Oh, but he would have been so fun to slash open. You should have, Toga teased, but low-key egging you on. You know what? I think I will, you replied, your purple eyes glinting as a smirk tugged at the corner of your lips. Letting go of her hand, you turned and took a few running steps to catch up to the guy who had just tried to flirt with you, flicking your nails out and slashing him from right shoulder down his back to his left hip. You lived for gore. And this was gore. Immediate panic set in as soon as some people standing nearby saw what happened, and the shrieking was enough to alert the police at the other end of the street. "Time to go, babe," you called to Toga when you saw the police running towards you and her. "Can I stab them?" she asked excitedly. "Probably best to run now, we can come back later," you replied, waiting for her to catch up to you before taking her hand again and running off down the road. It was exhilarating. You hadn't done a random slash attack in such a long time, and the sounds of screaming, wailing and sirens and flashing lights made you want to heave, but the adrenaline made you laugh. You were borderline manic, purple irises ablaze. Toga could feel your usually apathetic self come to life, and she giggled excitedly. If you flipped too far, you could end up on the spree like before, just like that time that she had first fallen for you. Cop cars started coming out of nowhere, and you and Toga had to parkour over one of them as it slid out of a side street in front of you. "We might need to use force," you called to her as she ran beside you. "So I get to taste them?" she asked excitedly. "Guess you can, just this once," you replied. She squealed with delight and grabbed for one of her needles, holding it in hand as you ran side by side down the road. Another cop car came up alongside you both and tried to cut you off, but Toga, ever the lithe villain, managed to stab the driver in the neck through the car window before jumping over the car and very quickly shifting into his form. "Come in," she called to you. "I'll pretend I've got you in custody." You caught up to her and slowed as you both rounded the corner of a nearby building, and she took your hands, pretending that she was walking you to her vehicle. "Oh!" another policeman called as he rounded the corner and saw you being detained by another officer. "You got her. Good work. Where's the other one she was with?" he asked, referring to Toga. "Got away," Toga replied in the policeman that she was impersonating's voice. "But we can make this one talk." "Good," the other officer replied. "I'll call into the station and let everyone know she's been caught." "Thank you," Toga thanked him, waiting till he had walked away before letting you go. "Time to head back to base now?" "Yeah," you said. "Well done, that was quick thinking." She smiled. Praise from you was somewhat rare, so she lapped up anything that you gave out. Back inside the building, you headed back to your room and lay down on the bed. "Oh, I love being out with you, Uni. It's always so exciting. That was an amazing night. And you even got to slash someone," she said with a bright blush on her cheeks as she phased back into her normal self. "Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It was better because you were there," you said, gently caressing her cheek into the palm of your hand before pulling her in for another kiss. And there it is. I hope you enjoyed it. Tomorrow is still villain touched, but this time it's our beloved Shigaraki. See you there.